This is the non-sensitive complaint and feedback report for DRC Iraq. This is a live report. You can slice it by sectors, dates, search by projects, or filter by locations. It gives us information about how many complaints were received, how many of them are still open, by location, which of the sectors are more prominent, and which of the gender and age of the people making the complaints, if that's disclosed, and our request for support, or how many are requests for information, being only a small proportion, actual complaints. Most of them are requests for information. You can see quickly what's going on the last 30 days, and which are the most common complaint channels used. To see how we do this, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the accountability structure and costs for Iraq. So every year we receive 4,100 complaints, more or less. This has a cost of $6,000 a year, $65,000 a year, with a staff of 3. Each one of them has a direct responsibility of a particular area. There's North, South, and KRI. And each one of them has a complaint line. There's 2 for the North and South, and 1 female for the entire country. And overall, this amounts up to a cost of more or less $15 US for close or refer complaint. To achieve this, we have 8 channels available: complaint lines, emails, Viber, WhatsApp, complaint boxes, face-to-faces, and SMS messages. They all are registered in one single point. This single entry point allows us to create a unique ID, which gives us easy access to classification and define the urgency level, and gives us a good accountability with each of the follow-up of the cases, and overall gives us good statistics, which we're able to make the dashboard we saw in the beginning. So if we receive a non-sensitive complaint, those are referred or are generated, go into a waiting list with a key message. The key message is a direct, immediate feedback, which we tell the person, hey, we're not having assistance here in this location if you're requesting for assistance, but we might open one in this location, or we might contact you further with the team. In the case of referrals, this might take a bit longer time, between 5 to 24 days is our aim, and we have 4 main indicators to see our success. First one is the level of awareness, currently sitting at 39%. Only 39% of our beneficiaries are aware of the complaints mechanism, can mention one. But the ones that are aware are quite satisfied. The proportion of very satisfied people that made a complaint is 47%. And the complaints recorded per quarter is the 3rd indicator, sitting now currently at 947. And the days to closure is, the average days to closure is the other 4th indicator, which sits at 34. Our aim should be 24. How we measure this? Well, the dashboard you saw in the beginning, but there's also another dashboard rounding up 3 accountability questions in the end of every meal survey. Those add up and gives us information for both the level of awareness and the satisfaction level of complaints, whereas these other 2 are measured through the statistics generated by the unique registration and follow-up forms. So what's particular out of this system? First, there's a unique point of registration. This is only allowed because of the high level of digital literacy in DRC Iraq. There's a key waiting list, which increases quite drastically the time of response. And the biggest challenge is the feedback, having a control feedback, that allows for privacy. And information sharing, it's kind of right now a challenge for us, meaning that we need to reach out to beneficiaries, which is reflected in the low proportion of awareness. So to do this, we reach out to our teams, explaining what's accountability with this short presentation, and defining focal points, which with clear responsibilities such as weekly reviews or response to complaint registrations, and making sure that all members are trained in the SOPs, and how to provide accountability staff with information about their projects and their locations.